And so I was thinking about how this college got started. It needed perseverance, needed leadership, and just needed time. And just now I'm going to give you a little snippet about the history of tech. So when I said 1885 to 1995, actually the founding legislation, the first founding legislation of our institution was 1869. And it was in March 15th of 1869 this institution was theoretically established. And then in April, the first shots at Fort Sumter happened. And Michigan Tech disappeared off the radar again. So then, and it was leadership, a guy named Douglas, that helped drive that. So we got that initial legislation, but then it disappeared. You know why? There was no money attached to that legislation. There's no way to generate revenue. That's why we want to be sure that Dennis knows we are here to support you in all aspects to make sure you succeed. So yeah, in 1885, people didn't want another university either, right? Because we had, well, it's Michigan State now, and anything you would do like mining was actually already being done at Michigan State. We don't need that. So it took a pretty tough nut, Hubble. And again, what you'll hear is names that you can see around campus. Just like you'll see the names on your academy walls someday and you go, yep, Dr. Ott, you know, they helped you. Yep, Dave House helped change it. It was Hubble that drove that legislation through. Our public act from 1885 is Act 70. That's the one we oftentimes lean on. 1885, we're good to go. Did you know in 1890, the legislation put a committee together to close our institution? They wanted to close our institution because it was Republicans started us, complete flip, and then at that time it was the Democrats, and then they wanted to close us. And I just wanted to read a quote from Wadsworth, the president. After they pushed back, and it struck me because this is Michigan Tech. Let me get my glasses. This is when he fought that battle to not close us, and he talked about Michigan Tech. Now, it's a little flowery for my taste, as you can know if you know me, but when the rain descended and the floods came and the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it fell not, for it was founded upon a rock in the hearts and the people of the northern peninsula. How about that? That's us. That's us. But then, so related to this college, so you had some great leaders, right, that dealt with headwinds. So related to this college, it was in 1915 that they first proposed, why don't we do more than mining? 1915. And then there was an article in the Alumnus magazine that said, why would we depart from something that's made us successful all this time? And then it stopped. And it was the Board of Trustees, Board of Control, as Dave knows, it wasn't until 11 years later, it was December of 1925, 11 years later they actually came up with that. And then in 1926, that's when we changed to the College of Mining and Technology. We had to actually change our statute that started this university so that we could actually include technology. And that was, at that time, it was biology and chemistry and general engineering. The moral of the story was, that was 11 years. Tim, I was trying to count how long you had been working on all of this. You know, I don't know if it's 11 years or how long we've been trying to get this college up. Dave probably knows. You're not alone in that decade-long journey with regard to that. So I'm just going to end with this. I thought about that. Imagine when they passed the word technology and put that in our name in 1926, and they were trying to think about what that means. It's pretty interesting. We look back on that and go, wow, I wonder what they thought technology was. And then here we are today. We're thinking that we're looking back, but it won't be very long until people look back at us. We're looking ahead at this conference, but as Dave said last night, someone works 40 years, you're in 2065, they'll be looking back on us just like we're looking back on that time. And I think that they will look back on this time, the establishment of this college, the same way I just looked back on the establishment of the university, and what a historic moment it was for Michigan Tech, both 1885 and 2020. So thanks for your leadership, Dennis, and I'll hand it over to you.
Very nice, Rick. Thank you very much.